So this is going to be about using assistive technology devices and strategies in a math lesson. So this is a math lesson about ways to make 10 or addition to the sum of 10. It's a first grade math lesson, so it targets students who are performing on a first grade level. And some of the Virginia standards addressed are recognize and describe with fluency part-whole relationships for numbers up to 10, and demonstrate fluency with addition and subtraction within 10. The materials that are going to be needed for this lesson are smartboard, smartboard projector, teacher laptops with smart notebook, if available, student laptops with smart notebook, Velcro dots, cardstock, laminator and laminating film, tactile manipulatives like counting blocks or circular counters, pencil and paper, and dry erase markers. The procedures for this lesson are to start by bringing the students to the carpet and show the introductory video. I'm going to show a brief clip from it now. I'm not going to show the whole thing, but just a quick.
If my dog won dog treat, he looked at me and laughed, said I only used the 10, so you better add things fast. I reached into the treat box and pulled out 9 more treats. I dropped them in his dog bowl, said I hope you like these, Eeps. And yes, my dog had smiled as he counted treats again. My dog was good at math. He knew 1 plus 9 is 10. 1 plus 9 is 10. 1 plus 9 is 10. My dog.
So it does that for every tens fact. It goes through and it does that for every tens fact. So that's just a sample clip from the video. After bringing the students to the carpet and showing the introductory video, that's when I would use the online product. Now, it kind of depends if students have their own laptops or not. If they do, then there are pages on the Smartboard interactive activity that they can do on their laptop. If not, then they would be done together on the board. But let's go through. This is on the assumption that students do have their own laptops. Let me get this to full screen. All right, so the online product is about ways to make 10. And if you see, there's a little sound icon here that will read that. I don't know how well it'll come out on the video, but
ways of making 10.
Everything written on here has one of those sound icons along with each picture. And here are just a few visuals of 10 to activate prior knowledge and get students ready, remind them of their prerequisite skills. Then talk to a partner, and students can discuss with each other if they can come up with other ways to make 10. And you can see everything has one of those sound icons with it. I used contrast colors for students who have visual difficulties. Another reminder activity of counting to 10, they can use this block and kind of slide it across the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Each one of these sound icons says the number. Then a reminder on how to use the a tens frame, moving the blocks into the spaces. And does this make 10? So they can move the magnifying glass up here and see that yes, this does make 10. How do you know? Counted all the blocks and there were 10. It filled a tens frame. That's another way that we know that it made 10. Does this make 10? So we can move the magnifying glass up here and the answer is no, it doesn't make 10. And again, there's contrast colors here, the orange and the blue. As far as the blocks go, we can count them, or they don't fill a tens frame. That's how we know that it doesn't make 10. How could we make this 10? We can add 4 more blocks and fill the remaining 4 spaces of the tens frame. Does this make 10? In order to find that out, they'll have to move the blocks into the tens frame. And from doing that, we can see that no, it doesn't make 10. Use the magnifier to check the answer. Does this make 10? We can move the blocks into the tens frame. And then discover that, yes, this does make 10. Now to get into a little bit more of the addition facts, do these make 10? In order to do that, we'd have to test. We'll do one problem, 2 plus 7. So I'll use 2 gray ones for the 2, and then 7 red ones for the 7. It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it doesn't look like that makes 10. Let's use the magnifier to check. And 9. So that doesn't make 10. Alright. Which tens fact is this? In order to do that, we count the red cubes and the gray cubes. 4 red cubes and 6 gray cubes make 10. And then we see 4 plus 6 for the 4 red cubes and the 6 gray cubes. Alright. Match the tens fact. So so here we have this one. We'll do one of them. 7 plus 3. So move that up here. And then we can pull this up to check the answer. Another screen, what do we need to make 10? 6 plus what makes 10? So the students would need to slide over to here. Start with 6 gray ones. And then what do we need? We have 4 empty spaces left, so it would take 4 red ones to make 10. And now here is some examples for the students to do. If they have their own laptops, this is a page that they can do on their own or on their own laptops. So we'll do 1, 5 plus what? And we move 5 up, use the infinite cloner to move 5 up to here. And then 5 plus 5 is 10. And then here are just some additional extension activities. Next thing in the procedures is the offline product, or the picture hands-on activity book. So some of the this is the cover page, and then there are pictures here for students with learning disabilities to help them read the sentence. Okay, here's another one of the adaptations, placing one side of Velcro dots on each page of the book to make the pages easier to turn. Then a number line to review counting to 10. Making 10 with a tens frame. Using the circular counters on this page. They're Velcroed onto here, moving them to here. The hands-on activities for students with learning disabilities. Looking here, can we make 10 with the amount of counters that we have? And then the answer on the next page, no we can't because it doesn't fill the tens frame. Can we make 10 with the counters we have here? Yes, we can, because they do fill the tens frame. Then matching each tens frame to the appropriate tens fact. Looking at how can we make 10 with the counters that are already on here. How many more counters do we need? We have 4 counters on here already, so 4 plus how many empty spaces makes 10. And then by using the counters, we found out the answer is 6. Then how can we make 10? Matching the right number to the tens fact. And then the final part of the lesson is the assessment activity. So here's just a some of the adaptations that were made to the online product were the sound clips to match written words for students with visual difficulties, large font for students with visual difficulties, and contrast colors for students with visual difficulties. Some others are review of prerequisite skills to assist students with learning disabilities, visual examples to assist students with learning disabilities, and virtual manipulatives to assist students with learning disabilities. For the offline product, the picture activity book, some of the adaptations were color contrast for students with visual difficulties, large font for students with visual difficulties, review of prerequisite skills for students with learning disabilities, visual examples for students with learning disabilities, and virtual manipulatives for students with learning disabilities. And that's it.